Okay, the first question. Who are you and what you do?
Okay, so my name is Paul Kilbridge. I'm effectively the manufacturing manager with EI Electronics. We're a global organisation involved in the production of smoke alarms and CO detectors. So we're a 400 million turnover business supplying 15 million alarms per year into the marketplace.
Great. And how long have you been using Makkal service? How did you discover us?
Okay, so we've been using Makkal now for over 2 years. And we were fortunate that previous test engineer Luis was aware and worked with you in the past, and I highly recommended you. And Luis was moving on to another business, so he recommended that we talk to you, and you came on board initially as a sole contractor, and then introduced your business to us.
Yeah. And what problem were you looking to solve when you found Makkal service?
So I think the main problem we had was that we had a lot of good test engineers that we didn't really have any framework. We didn't really have a dedicated test application platform. We used various C and other types of languages. And so there was a serious need to upskill a lot of our test engineers in the LabVIEW and the test stand application. And I think from that as well, we also considered that we didn't have a test framework. We didn't have something that the guys could build on. Every test development was unique.
Yeah.
So we needed to stop that and make it more efficient. So that was missing.
Missing initially, And did Makkal resolve the problems or challenges? Or do you see the solutions?
Yes, I think Makkal has been very effective in the upskilling. Very good training technique. Developed the hackathons with the guys who enjoyed doing that, and basically brought the skill level of the guys up to the LabVIEW and then some to the test end.
Mm-hmm.
And was able with the guys to develop the TFW, or test framework as we call it now, to help them on future applications. So yes, very effective.
And how has your business impacted since Makkal service has been here?
Okay, so we were at the time changing, but definitely the Makkal was able to bring that process a lot more faster to the new product development and new product introduction. So we pride ourselves on a lot of development in a short period of time, and of course test and manufacturing have to respond to the new product developments. So by being able to bring the test development faster through the framework and through the applications, we can see a better time to marketplace.
What made Makkal stand out from others when you were looking for? Is there any uniqueness of our delivery system?
Okay, so one of the key things, we are a manufacturing company. Most of our people are on site, and we were looking for someone that would come on site and help to deliver the solutions that we needed. So obviously Makkal's willingness to facilitate this was a big importance to us, and very easy to do business with. Contract negotiation was very, very easy, and I won't say it isn't that it was laissez-faire, but it was a professional contract, a professional business, easy to do business with Makkal, and they conformed to what we wanted to in the manufacturing.
And what about our business that usually surprised you after us?
I think dealing with yourself and the business, how easy it was to work with you. You brought a nice demeanour into the organisation. You were able to interact with many different people and to get the best out of them. So I think, and knowing myself, how test engineers can be a little bit quirky, let's say, right?
Yeah.
It's that can be a difficult.
More interaction.
Yes.
Human interaction.
Exactly. So that human interaction, that you were able to bring the best out of the guys, I think that has surprised me.
Cool. Was there anything that we could have done differently?
I think when we started out in the project first, we had maybe some very narrow objectives, and I think as the project developed, we had a little bit of scope creep and things got wider. Maybe in hindsight, we could have come back and maybe driven the project plan a bit tighter. Maybe focused on key deliverables and focused very much on project management.
Yes.
I think if I was being critical, maybe that would be something that we could look at again.
Okay. If there is one word you could describe our experience with Makkal, what would it be?
I think it would be two or three words, but for me, it would be easy to do business with. So, I mean, we were able to negotiate contracts. We were able to take direction if the scope changed. And for me, that's it. You know, we didn't have to go back and rewrite contracts and do different things. We were able to bend with whatever we were asking you to do. So I think for me, easy to do business with Makkal.
Yeah, definitely the flexibility on requirement on the either side makes both of us happy.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And what was one unexpected benefit you experienced from using Makkal service?
Okay, so I think the unexpected benefit, I think, would have been the way you fitted into the business, the level of experience that you brought into the business. A lot of our guys here were homegrown. They weren't from outside. They had very little LabVIEW experience, or they taught themselves. So just you bringing in your experience from your previous companies, I think that was an unexpected.
Cool. And what would you tell someone who is considering our business? Would you recommend us, or would you recommend for any specific reason?
I think I would recommend you guys because you deliver on what you said you're going to deliver. So clearly go back to what are the objectives of bringing you in. You know, upskilling the guys in this particular test applications, establishing a framework that has been done. So you've worked and achieved what we've set out, and even though at the start I think we didn't really have that kind of scope or objectives clearly defined, it moved as with you as it went through the time frame. So if you've got to take that on board, and I think other companies will not be able to specifically ask for a couple of key objectives or particular scope. I think your ability to be flexible in that area, and of course to bring the skill set that you have, would be why I would recommend you to the other companies.
Thank you. And finally, what's one story of success that wouldn't have been possible without Makkal?
Well, the key one for me is the deployment of the test framework. So for that, and my understanding of the test framework, it would be that the guys can deliver test applications in a more efficient manner because the framework is there and they can use the framework. To me, that is the success story of where we are in our test department now.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay.
Paul.
Thanks
for your time.
Thanks, AJ. Look, it's been a pleasure. Okay. All right. Thanks very much, guys.